Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is my absolute favorite roguelike game. Like, classic, true roguelike. Really love it. Fantasy, dungeon crawler, procedurally generated, permadeath, all that good classic stuff. Not one of these stupid, like, I'm a platformer with random levels. No, this is a real roguelike over here. Now, I'm playing this online on the web tiles, which usually I just download my own and play there, but it's actually quite fun to play online because you'll run into like ghosts of other people who have died and that sort of thing. Which is kind of funky. It's quite convenient as well. You can play a variety of different versions over here. I'm going to play the trunk version of this, which is the one that's currently still kind of in development, doesn't have its own official version number. It'll probably eventually become 0.21, for example. There's a few changes in it that I find is quite good. Oh, can I actually back out from the screen? Thank you. I want to just confirm. I've made two changes to the crawl RC file over here. If you don't know what this means, don't worry about it. Makes sense once we get into the game. But auto butcher on hungry and confirm butcher equals never. Just did that for a little bit of speed. All right, let's talk about this bad boy. Before we start the actual dungeon crawl, we have to choose a race and a class. And by far the most important decision is going to be your race. Because the thing is, classes in dungeon crawl have very little effect on, or they're called background. It's not even class, it's called a background. Have very little effect on your capabilities. This just sets you up with a couple of initial points and some skills, and sets your initial gear. And that's basically it. Instead, it's your race that actually determines almost all of your character's real true potential, because each race has has aptitudes for and against various different types of skills, and that will generally determine what kind of character you are. For example, if you play as a Minotaur, you will be very strong, very well skilled in combat, and have almost no ability for magic whatsoever. If you're a Deep Elf, then you will have almost no combat skills whatsoever, but very good combat skills. In addition to that, each race has a variety of different traits and characteristics and maybe special abilities or something like that. Like, for example, the Minotaurs are, I think they get bonus hit points. They also have horns on their heads, so they can't wear helmets, but they can do a headbutting rebuttal attack, for example. Now, I don't usually play casters. I've never actually ascended with a caster, and I'm not going to play a pure caster today, but I'm going to try to go with someone who's got a little bit more magic potential than the Minotaur does. And I want to play a Naga Warper. Now, the Warper will set me up with a spell book of spatial translocations, as well as start me off with the Scroll of Blinking, which is going to be a nice little escape mechanism early on. I mean, again, that's pretty much it. You know, again, your background sets a couple initial skills, but that's it. But I will be playing in that kind of style. And that's going to involve, well, really I'm going to be playing as mostly a fighty character. But my biggest thing is going to be that I'm going to be playing slow. And the reason for that is the Nagas by themselves, we're going to start with the mace, because why not? Good all-around starter weapon. You don't have to worry about hydras and whatnot later on. The Naga has a innately slow speed. If I do, if I hit the at key, I get a little description here. Movement speed is very slow. Your attack speed is quite slow as well. Although the attack speed, sure, is not actually related to my my being slow from a Naga. My movement speed is going to be slow from the Naga, and that's kind of crappy, but that's the way it goes. If I go here, I can get a few other stats about ourselves. We do have a resistance to poison innately, and I guess the ability to see invisible innately? Yeah, see invisible, poison resistance. We're very slow. We have slow metabolism, so we don't need as food as often. We also have a deformed body. What the deformed body does is it makes it so that armor only gives you half of its AC, unfortunately. Makes the start kind of harsh, because armor, you find, really isn't going to give you as much of a benefit. However, as a Naga levels up, you will innately develop stronger and stronger scales, which give you more armor class from your scales built in. We also start with a great ability to spit poison. But yeah, the slowness is going to be brutal, because one of the biggest things you do in Dungeon Crawl is actually run away from things. It's one of the best ways to stay alive, which is unfortunately going to be a little tricky for us. So we'll see how that goes. We will have the ability to gain a variety of different, like, blink and teleport kind of things from our existing spellbook, which is very convenient. I mean, any character could find this spellbook in these spells, but it's very convenient that we will start with access to these spells at some point, although we currently don't have the ability to learn these right now. We have to be a little higher level. We'll also have to develop some more translocation skills. So speaking of skills, you can see here our aptitude level, okay? Now, some races, so for each one of these aptitudes, You can have a negative number or a positive number or be at 0. This affects how quickly you learn skills, I believe is the right way to describe aptitude. It's a measure of how fast you advance in the skill. There you go. So it doesn't give you like an innate sort of, you know, you're not going to be worse at the skill. It just might take you longer to learn those skills. For example, as a Naga, I'm going to be quite slow at learning armor skills and dodging skills, which again, defenses are going to hurt quite a bit for that. On the other hand, we do have those innate skills, which are going to be good. We're slightly slower at base spell casting, but that's actually fairly common. A lot of people, it's very hard to get a race with positive to pure spell casting. Spell casting isn't quite as important as you might expect in a sense. Oops. I want help on this. It does slightly increase the success rate and spell power of all spells, regardless of type. Gives you more magical reserves, i.e. you get more mana, and reduces the effect of spell hunger. Most spells will associate a certain amount of hunger. It'll take some of your energy. You'll need to eat more food by casting it. So by training this, all those things improve slightly, and it gives us more spell slots as well. On the other hand, it's the actual magic skill like translocation or fire magic or those sorts of things which tend to have the biggest impact on your spells, sort of damage and success rate and different things like that. So the -1 to spell casting isn't the worst thing in the universe. You can see we actually have a giant bonus to stealth, which is kind of interesting actually. So given the fact that we don't get full AC from our gear and that we do have actually a really high incentive to be stealthy, we may actually want to take advantage of that, especially since we can't really run away from things. So it's going to be important for us to be able to spot things without triggering them. Now, early on, I will go and set my training to be specifically only... Oops. I want to cancel the help mode. No, cancel the help mode. Okay, let me try that again. There we go. Only on maces and flails. One of the things, if you're going to do any kind of fighting, you want to level up your associated weapon skill as quickly as possible because it determines, it has certain breakpoints that make your weapon speed a lot faster, your ability to swing your weapon a lot faster, and that's one of the most important things so that you can get more attacks in less time, and also so you don't spend a lot of time swinging and then get stuck getting hit a whole bunch of times. So anyway, with all that prep, we're going to start moving around here. We've already found a scroll. By the way, I'm using O to auto-explore here, which is very convenient. Dungeon Crawl has a lot of these sort of automation features to get rid of some of the tedium of a lot of classic roguelikes while still staying true to the formula. So I'm going to be hitting O to auto-explore a fair bit. It'll automatically pick up a lot of stuff, so we picked up a couple of scrolls. It'll also stop if there's an enemy, and you can see the footprint trail, even though I don't have feet as a Naga, right? I'm half snake. So I don't wear boots, for example, and technically maybe it should have a different graphic for our trail, but it should be okay. There's a goblin here. Now we can probably, you know, this is a pretty low-level enemy. We should be able to beat it with just our melee attack. But as a Naga, I do have the ability to spit poison at people. It does cost a little bit of hunger to do it. It also says the cost of breath. What happens when I use a breath weapon, target you, you can see it says breath over here. I'm currently out of breath. I won't be able to use a breath weapon until that resets. Unfortunately, I missed the goblin. So I'm just going to go ahead and... Do I not have... There we go. And so I'm just going to let him approach and do that. I'll chop up his body so I have some chunks of flesh in case I get hungry. Although most likely these will rot away before that happens again. So we'll auto-explore some more. I love the idea of a shield. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and wield this buckler over here. Now, a buckler, if we don't have any shield skill... and we have a -2 to that. That is brutal, but I think it's worth wearing. The buckler will also, I think, add inaccuracy to attacks as well as slowing our attacks. One of the things I like in the trunk build, if we go and look at the buckler here, we get full information about what skill level we need to be to remove the penalty over here. And you also, and this in particular is the trunk build ability, is you can just hit S either on this screen or from our training skill over here, you can hit the equal sign to set a skill target. And we can actually see the skill target by hitting exclamation mark here, 2.4. So by hitting S on that screen, it turned on training for shields, but it also set a target. Once our shields reach 2.4, it'll turn off the training, which is quite nice. Now I don't know why it's 2.4. It was 4.0 on another character to get it to no penalty. So I'm a little confused, but there we go. Let's try spinning again. What is it? Oh, it's F. Pew. And I missed again. Now, the accuracy of the spit, I believe, is scales up, appears unharmed, scales up with the, oh my god, am I going to get murdered right here? I mean, okay. It's so early, I'm going to go ahead and take the risk. But scales up with your level. It also scales up to your level of the spit mutation, or the poison breath mutation. Oh yeah, I can throw the tomahawks as well. I got to remember that. Okay, he's got poison, which is great. Now, the tomahawks tend to disappear when you use them, so I really should preserve as much as I can. Let's keep spitting here. Worst it does is use a little bit of hunger. So we're not currently stealthy. We have skill. We've reached level 2. Lovely. We could, at this point, actually memorize the Blink spell. And actually memorize the Shroud of Globria spell as well. We finished memorizing. So if we wanted to cast... So Blink will just teleport me a short distance away at random. A Blink scroll lets you choose your destination. The Blink spell does not. The Shroud... Oops. I meant to... Oh, get info on it, not actually cast it. Wait, what? There it is. That was weird. I don't know why it didn't give me the info that I wanted. So I used some extra magic and stuff, but that's okay. This will bend space around my body, protecting them from some blows by redirecting the force to the air nearby. Ranged attacks cannot be diverted in this way, so it's only an anti-melee thing. Shroud is highly unstable, may fall apart unexpectedly under stress. I don't know if it has a duration. Like, can I just keep pre-casting this? Let's zap B. Alright, it's there. Yeah, it definitely goes away after a while. Okay. So, either time or movement or whatever. So it's not like I can keep this on all the time. Plus, it was using up my hunger. There's some stairs down. Kill the kobold. I will check the stairs down. Sometimes you can get an easy enemy kill there, and it's like, increases your safety by doing this. There you go. Bats are kind of a pain in the ass, because they like to, like, dance around a whole bunch and not get hit very much. Same thing here. Oh, there we go. We'll kill the kobold. Let me breathe poison at you. Or, you know, not. You have an enchanted whip. Well, let's wield the whip. +4 whip. Well, that sounds pretty good. Let's drop this mace. The whip damage, I think, is lower than the mace. But with the +4, or the base damage will be lower. But the +4, it's going to be quite good. And it still uses the maces and flail skill. So it's the same skill as we were using. But we should be a fair bit more accurate. How far can I breathe poison? Hang on. A, F. Oh yeah, that far. That's my range. Okay, beat you up. We'll keep exploring this level. Ring mail. So am I wearing any armor right now at all? I've got leather armor right now. And you know what? That'll probably be okay. Like, ring mail's probably not enough of an upgrade, and it might not be that helpful right now, because again, we only get half the AC from it. Oh, there we go. Kill them. We did get slightly hungrier. There's enchanted leather. Now, this is on the first floor. There's actually a good chance that it's going to be cursed, but I'll put it on anyway. It is cursed. It's cursed +0, so it's exactly the same as the armor I was already wearing. So it's not a bad curse. We can't take it off right now, but that's okay. We'll be able to disenchant it. I'm very hungry right now, and I guess that's it on this floor. I would very much like to chop something up. Rather than... There we go. Can you just die? That was close, actually. That is... we're near starving. We'll quickly eat maybe a royal jelly here, which is quite easy and fast to eat. Alright, you're good. And we got some more body parts. Pew. Throw some tomahawks here. Alright, kill the goblin. We'll be a little bit more maybe aggressive with doing that. Let me move out of the way. Breathe poison at you. Excellent. Chop you up and go. This is a pretty tricky start. We have an automatic exclusion area over here set up by just the built-in system. I believe it's because these tiles are adjacent to some fire that's going on for some reason. And spreading? I mean, that's an altar of the Hemet, the god of, like, destructive magic spells. So I guess he's being really destructive right now. I'm gonna fling that at you. These, and maybe I should have saved them. Those throwing axes actually, like, blink people and move them around. In terms of stat increases, we're going to focus a fair bit on strength here. Possibly exclusively. Now, one of my ideas is probably to go and worship Cheibriados, or whatever he is, god of slowness, which is actually going to make me slower, but I think I'm already slow enough that I can't run away, so it's not really going to matter. And he gives you a lot of stat increases. There we go. Grab the food. Let's try spit. Yeah, because if you poison people, they take damage over time. It's actually quite nice. So we're going to do that. I mean, there's definitely a lot of different options that we could take. Okuaru is nice for, like, getting a bunch of free gear. Plus, you can always decide to, like, stop worshipping later, and he's not quite that bad with his vengeance. Let's see if we can get a spit off here. Nope. Okay, so we're just going to run away. Whip you. Let's just whip you to death. Chop up your body, because we're slightly hungry. We're going to want to do some scroll reading soon. Scrolls are almost totally... absolutely safe to read, to identify. Potions, a lot less so. I'm just going to start the scrolls I have larger stacks of. There's a much better chance that those are scrolls of identify. I was a scroll of amnesia, which lets you forget a spell. I don't need to carry those around right now. I'm just going to go ahead and drop that. It is nice to, like, change your memorization list because you only have so many slots later on, but don't need to carry it for now. That was a scroll of enchant weapon. I guess we'll try to enchant the whip. Which... did get it up to +5. Well, there you go. +5 whip. Okay, we've uncovered scrolls of teleportation. And I'll just blindly read another scroll here. Scroll of magic mapping. Alright, well, maybe we'll wait a little bit more. No, it's okay. The worst thing, the thing I hate identifying accidentally by reading, oh, there's remove curse, is a scroll of blinking because they're so valuable, but we know what they are because we started with one. There's a scroll of identify. I like to use the scrolls of identify, especially at first, to identify potions. For example, potions of mutation, which we probably don't want to accidentally drink. So, okay, I'm feeling okay now. Let's go down to floor. Let's whip this goblin to death and that one. You can't eat goblin corpses. They don't give you edible food. Now, in previous versions of Dungeon Crawl, you could wear, like, 2 sources of poison resistance, and then you'd be able to eat corpses of kobolds, of, like, poison things. But there's no stacking poison resistance anymore. There's just one level. You can also get, like, level 3 poison resistance, but that's by being, like, a gargoyle or something, like when you get turned to stone. We're going to spit poison at him and kill him. Too bad he didn't drop a corpse. I'm going to take another stair. So if you hit Shift X, you can, like, pan the screen around. But then if you hit the symbol of something you're looking for, like the bracket for going downstairs, then it'll find you some stairs. Let's just eat a fruit. It's not a whole lot of nutrition. There's a Crimson Imp. I think they might be resistant to poison. Yeah, not immune, but resistant, so we won't spit. Although, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run back to the stairs and go up there. The people who are adjacent to the stairs will often follow you up, but that's okay. So again, a little bit scary here, but we'll take that. We'll eat another fruit, rest some more, and go down the other staircase. Just keep trying to shake things up here. We're going to spit poison at you. Darn. Okay, that's kind of dangerous. Leveled up. Breath weapon back. Okay, good. Again, some things I could run away from, like this worm, but a lot of other things I'm going to be too slow to do. One shot, one kill. The orc is very nice. Nothing to butcher. We've got a couple of altars. I'm going to check the downward stairs here. Pick up the identify scroll, and then I'm going to check out the other downward stair. The other thing that's nice about doing this, sometimes you find some easy kills that you can do before the enemies group up. The other thing is, sometimes you'll fall through a hole in a level, and then you can get lost. And if you know where all the staircases are, that's pretty swell. Let's try to spit at the orc. We fail. I'm going to scooch backwards to draw him forward. There we go. Re-get my breath weapon. Excellent. Same thing here. I'm going to try to buy as much time for my breath weapon to recharge before we engage, but then I'll just start whipping him. That's going to be okay. Now, bodies. We do have some armor. This breath weapon you appears unharmed. I guess I should be doing the backwards kiting thing. There we go. You guys have to drop more corpses, damn you. Well, thank you for dropping axes at me. Although you're not dropping corpses. Again, bodies would be handy. I'm just going to whip you because Kobold's pretty easy for me to defeat at this point. A scroll of magic mapping. Alright, we'll kill you. Worm can be quite tough, so we are going to try to go and breath weapon him down. There we go. Chop you up, get some food. By default, the game is set up to automatically eat chunks if you are hungry. So you can't eat raw chunks unless you're hungry because they're not appealing enough. So, like, if you're not... Like, right now it doesn't say I'm hungry, so I'm not allowed to eat that. I could eat other food and become full or satiated, but that's it. But the game is set up by default. If you have chunks and you become hungry, yeah, I'm poisoned right now, but we should be okay. Then you will eat them automatically when you're resting or when auto-exploring. Little convenience thing. We're going to try to poison you, and then we can probably take this guy. Come at me, bro. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, you blinked away. These Crimson Imps are really, really annoying. They're really annoying when you're trying to play a fire spellcaster. We've reached our training target for our shields, which means that has been disabled. Great. Now, if we take a look at our whip over here, we need a skill. For the minimum attack delay, we need to reach skill level 12. And that's probably what I'm going to try to mostly do, afterwards expand things. Fighting's good for a lot of hit points. It does increase, I think, the damage you do a little bit as well. But it's going to be that. We'll do some armor dodging, shield... Well, shield's good. And yeah, we want to start some translocation training so that we have access to our blink abilities. But I think for now, we just have to make sure that our base ability to whack things in the face is sufficient. And yeah, higher levels in the fighting skill do give you more accuracy and things too. So we're finding lots of altars. If we do Control F, you can search for things. Like, for example, we can take a look at the entire list of all the altars we found. And some of these might lead to some interesting deities for us to worship. I think that Yedra guy or whatever is undead. And there's some powerful necromancy shit you can do. I'm gonna spit, actually, at you and miss. I'm gonna throw a tomahawk, throw another one, and just try to beat you to death before you start casting. I need to pull back here so that I'm doing these one at a time. Kill the weakest one. There we go. It's good to see that we're doing pretty well with orcs. We do have a little bit of natural AC now. Let me spit at you. Excellent. Chop all these guys up. If we take a look here, yeah. So we got the +1 AC going on. Another jackal. Chop you. So using that poison spit pretty good. We will okay dokie. Luckily we have a blink. Alright, I'm going to try to spit at you. Alright, so far so good. I don't have any identified potions. We do know about our blinks thing. So we're going to try to... Wow, oh, that's going pretty well, actually. That went surprisingly well. Leveling it up. We're going to put more points in the strength, which is fine. Chop up the ogre body. Alright. Now, is there anything we want to start doing? I'm tempted to start putting in some points in the stealth, because we're starting to run into some slightly scarier enemies, and it might be worth... because it will level up insanely fast at a +5 aptitude. Let me go ahead and turn that on, because it'll give you more of an ability to see an enemy and then back off and decide not to fight them. Boom, and the hound. So it's been poisoned, and we'll kill it. Stealth skill's already gone up by 1. Ah, here we go. That's the god we want. We didn't even have to find the temple. So, we're going to spit poison at you and fail. We're going to wait a turn, whack, 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 and then kill the skeleton. That's all good. Okay, so we're going to pray here. So this is the god of deliberation. Those following Cheibriados, I don't know, travel more slowly the further they progress in their faith, and are forbidden from using any means to hasten themselves. By the way, the haste spell is probably one of those powerful things in the game, and we're not going to be allowed to use it. In the process of imitating their god, they attain perfection of mind and body, and the mysteries of time unfold before them. Especially devout followers may even momentarily abandon the flow of time and its needless disturbances. So we're going to go ahead and join this religion. Now, right away, we got a boost to our stats. And the reason for that is we're getting +1 to all our attributes. We're moving a little slower. As we do more and more and more stuff that makes our god happy, we're going to move slower and slower and slower. But we'll get more and more innate pluses to our stats. We'll eventually get +15 to everything. We also have gained a new ability to bend time. So, describe bend time. Attempts to slow down everyone adjacent to you. High invocation skills make it harder to resist. So that's going to be something we're going to want. We are going to train invocations later on, which we do have a +1 for, which is very nice. But for now, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Okay. I don't know if we can poison these guys. XV. It is susceptible to poison. Nice. Okay, so we're going to spit poison at you. So these guys can poison you. They also move insanely fast. They actually tend to be very dangerous. Now, you'll see this message. Cheibriados thoroughly appreciates the change of pace. You'll get a message about him appreciate the change of pace whenever you kill someone who's faster than you, which is going to be pretty much everyone right now. In particular, these bees are much faster than we are. and therefore he should especially appreciate that. We have been poisoned. Okay, this is starting to be a lot of stuff in a row here, and we're still poisoned. Okay, I could just blink, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to read a scroll of teleportation, which does take a while to trigger. I'm just going to walk backwards. I'll still take some damage, maybe too much damage. I'm going to just randomly quaff the bubbling golden potion. Cure potions are pretty common. I'm hoping that's one of those. It was a potion of heal wounds. Okay, well, we're still poisoned. That's not too bad. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just hide around the corner here and wait the poison out. Oh, okay. Someone's ghost is here. Now, when you die, you occasionally leave a ghost on the floor. So this is, and what's great, like if you play on by yourself, you'll find, you know, a bunch of, well, Quilly Teens ghosts on different floors. But here, we're going to find ghosts of other people playing on the same server. So Calling's ghost over here. In fact, we'll probably have a much higher chance of running into ghosts because it's only, I think, a small chance of leaving a ghost behind. But with more players equals more ghosts. Killing ghosts gives you a crap ton of experience, but I suspect you might be a little dangerous. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and run to this staircase and go upstairs. That skeleton will not follow me. Unintelligent undead does not climb stairs. So we're going to pop back down over here. I'm going to spit poison at you and fail. I'm going to let you get to me, and I'm going to kill you, and you didn't leave a corpse. All right, well, let's just eat a fruit here. And do this. So this escaping did cost us a teleportation scroll, which honestly is going to happen fairly often, especially low level here, because we have no real ability to just run away. Oh, that is a lot of damage. That is too much damage. Okay, we are going to read our Scroll of Blinking, and we're going to run all the way back here. And I will try to... Oops, you're out of range. I was going to say, I'm going to try to spit poison. There we go. Spit poison. That actually may be enough to kill you. Yep, you died. Nice. You're very hungry, but... Oh, you didn't leave a corpse behind! What the hell, man? Now, I'm getting a little hungrier every time I spit. It uses up a little bit of food. Yeah, you leave poison corpses behind, so that's no good. Inedible corpses, anyway. There we go. Chop up the orc, run back, rest, eat, run back some more. So the question mark there is that someone who's awake but doesn't know where we are. That's a result of our stealth. Oh, you're hitting me from range. We might be able to take the ghost. The problem is I don't know for sure. And the general rule of thumb in this game is don't attack anything unless you know you're going to kill them. Let's take a peek down some of these staircases. We can at least make sure they're clear so that we can, whoa, escape down them if crap happens. Let's chop you up. You should be fine. Actually, let's do a poison spit. There we go. Kill the iguana. Get more god appreciation. How we doing? We're still on a +1. All right. Finding some more scrolls. We've got a wizard over there, which I would be happy to kill. I may have to, like... There. Here I am. There we go. Got to get rid of this question mark. I guess I could have just spit poison at him sooner. Might have recharged in all this dancing. All right, because that was a little bit dangerous. I'm still way squishier than I would like. Howler monkey. Let's try to poison him. Well, I did hit him. He wasn't poisoned. There it is. Nice. So yeah, the, like, poison, runaway, poison kind of idea is pretty good. Although I can't poison you. Just throw a tomahawk, another one, and kill you. I guess the non-magical things can be reused most of the time, so that's going to be okay. We're very hungry, so let's go ahead and eat, we'll just eat a royal jelly to get rid of that for now. Yeah, I don't want to fight... Well, I could fight you on top of these stairs, actually. That wouldn't be so bad. Where'd you go, buddy? Seriously. Okay, that was annoying. Because I can fight you on an upstairs. I don't want to fight you on those downstairs because we know they're surrounded by really bad shit. Spit at you. Whip, whip. Kill you. Okay, done exploration. Let's go down these stairs. I think those were mostly okay. Nope, not that. Not the trapdoor, because that doesn't have an associated up exit, which would be bad. Hold on. Did we not try a staircase at some point? I guess not. Oh! Oh, because we couldn't reach it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to put a cut in here, and we're going to continue the adventures of Quill 18, the Cudgeler, which is what I'm known right now because my highest skill is in maces and flails. Although my stealth's getting pretty darn good. I could probably turn it off for a while, because I feel like we're actually being pretty darn stealthy. We do get a discount. We may as well max it out in the long run, but for now, keep going with the maces and flails. I think a little bit longer, although I am tempted to turn on at least fighting for hit points. You know what? I think I am going to do that. I know we're not at max delay on our maces and flails, but I think a little more fighting skill wouldn't be a bad idea for some toughness. And in terms of my my AC, I'm at the +2 AC now from my Naga scales, which is nice. Still on the lookout for some slightly better armor. You can do a search, actually, for all pieces of armor that we've seen. Yeah, I'll probably wait until I find something magical of some kind before I upgrade. Alright, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.